Hi, I am Kay Abadi, Logan and Soleil Abadi's mom, here with my nephew Nadav Weinberg in Tel Aviv. And Nadav
In
is.
Los Angeles.
Yes, hello, hello. So I am speaking with Nadav right now because Nadav made an amazing choice when he was graduating college to join the IDF. And could you tell us a little bit about why you did make that choice?
Uh, Long story, difficult decision, but very briefly, I was born here. I moved to the U.S. when I was 2.5. Uh, my father was an officer. My entire family has served in very good units. Um, in Israel, it's very similar to where you go to and choose to do your university in the U.S. Many people want to go to Harvard or Princeton. And in Israel, it's very much about what unit you go to and the pride that your family has from that, as well as the service that you give to your country. And for me, this was something that I was brought up to believe in. It was something that I always had inside of me. And I always knew I wanted to do it, but when I was in university, I knew for sure that I wanted to do it. So I came here in 2008. I served for over 2 years in a special combat unit, and I was released, but now I'm back in active reserve duty.
And you have seen a lot happen over the last month or so, correct? Can you tell us a
Correct.
little bit about what you've seen?
Absolutely. So I was called to reserve duty um, at the beginning of July and served for 22 days in reserve duty. My unit is actually based in the north of Israel, in the Golan Heights, where we were actively doing a few things with Syria. However, I have many friends that are down in Gaza right now who are helping to destroy all of the tunnels that have come from Gaza, went underground, very deep underground, and into Israeli kibbutzim or little communities, as well as stopping all the missiles that the terrorists have been firing. We had one today that landed that was intercepted by the amazing Iron Dome system that we have that blew the missile up in the air so it wouldn't hurt anybody. But even then, the pieces from the missile fell down on the kindergarten. Luckily, no one was in the kindergarten, but everyone's okay. But this is how we live every single day. My girlfriend was walking her dog. I was at work. And so this is why we're doing this, to make sure that we stop the missiles and we stop the terrorists from coming into Israel, and making sure that everybody is as safe as they can be.
And you had mentioned something about one of the tunnels coming up into a kibbutz where you have family, right?
Absolutely. They found over 40 different tunnels that we know of, at least. And one of them came up into a kibbutz called Ena Shlosha, which is where my great uncle lives with his wife. And it came into the dining room of the kibbutz. And it's very, very scary. And inside the tunnels, they found soldiers' uniforms, Israeli soldier uniforms. They found sedatives, which make you go to sleep. They found weapons and they found explosives. And it was very clear that there was going to be an attempt on one day where all several thousand Hamas soldiers, the terrorist organization in Gaza is called Hamas, were going to come at one day, at one time into Israel and to capture as many people and to kill as many people as possible. It would have been a very, very, very bad day. But luckily, we were able to stop it. We have luck, and we were able to find this. And thank God for that, that we were able to prevent something very bad from happening. War is bad all the time, but we stopped something even worse from happening. And for that, we thank God, for sure.
Yes, we are lucky people, definitely. I've heard the term lone soldier. Can you explain what that means?
So I was a lone soldier as well. I came here in 2008 to after I graduated university. The term lone soldier uh, means that you leave whatever country you're from, not only the U.S. but also Canada or Germany or United Kingdom or England or anywhere, and you move to Israel and you leave your family behind. Maybe you have some family in Israel, some aunts or uncles, but you leave your parents and your sisters and your brothers and in your home, such as my family is in Cleveland, Ohio, and I left them in Cleveland, Ohio, and I moved to Israel all by myself. And so I served here by myself, and there's some very good organizations that help you find a place to live, that help you find friends here, that help you make sure you have food. And so we're very appreciative for those organizations. And so it's a very tough decision to come here and live by yourself. But it's something that many people do. Over 500 people every year come through one specific program that I did. From all around the world they're coming. So a lot of people have made this decision, and it's a very honorable and very proud thing for people to do.
Yes, definitely. What tell us how, as American Jews, we can support the lone soldiers and what is going on in Israel?
I think that's a great question. I think that there are two good ways to support, two excellent ways to support. The first is a traditional, if you will, giving of support. They actually stopped food donations to soldiers because they had too much food. Too many families were coming down and barbecuing for the soldiers. But what they do and what you are able to do is to donate to fantastic organizations such as the Michael Levin Lone Soldier Organization. Garin Sabar is the organization that I did that helps lone soldiers come here. There's Stand With Us, the David Project are all fantastic. Hasbara, which is advocacy organizations. And that leads, and to be able to donate to them are able to support the soldiers as well. There's also Friends of the IDF, FIDF, that is also very good. The second thing, and what I personally believe is the more important of the two, because while we wage a war here on the ground and we destroy the tunnels and stop the missiles coming into our country, the other war that's going on that in many ways is bigger than the war that is going on that we're fighting here is the war that you see on TV and the war at your schools and the war at universities and the wars that are going on all around the world. And this is PR war. This is a war that you see on Fox News, on CNN, and you see around. And what I recommend that you do, and what I think is the best way to support Israel, is to learn the facts, learn the history, learn all of the different things, and be able then to go and talk with your friends, talk with not just your Jewish friends, but talk with your Christian friends and your Baha'i friends and your Islamic friends, your Muslim friends. Be able to talk with everybody and have a discussion. Don't yell at people. Don't, get angry. There's no reason to do that. But to simply explain, this is what we're going through. And I really think that of having these discussions, being able to let those people share with their friends, is going to be what really helps us in the long run. This is how we can spread the truth of what is going on. And once we've established that, then I think we have an easier way for us to live in peace together. For two countries to live here, two people to live together in peace. And I think that's definitely the best two ways that you can do. So to give money to some great organizations. And secondly, to learn as much as you can about what's going on and to share that with your friends.
And the key is that the goal, can you explain the goal regarding Hamas and the
PA? So there's a lot of, discussions of what's going on, but I think that a very good consensus, what most Israelis feel here in Israel, is that we would like Hamas, the terrorist organization, to leave. Very briefly, Israel decided to show the Palestinians and the rest of the world that we wanted peace. And we unilaterally, which means we on our own, chose to leave. No one asked us to leave. We left on our own in 2005, 2006. And it was very painful for us to do because we took many Jews out of their homes. But we knew that this is what we needed to do so we could live in peace. And what happened wasn't really reported very much, but there was a civil war where there was Hamas and there was Fatah. Fatah is is part of the PA, the Palestinian Authority, which is led by Mahmoud Abbas. They control the West Bank, which is Judea, Samaria, and Hamas, the terrorist organization, controls Gaza. And if we are able to weaken Hamas's grip on Gaza, we will have an ability to bring in the PA to have a stronger hold over Gaza. And back in 2006, Hamas took over and killed over 300 Fatah soldiers. Fatah is the PA, so they actually kicked the PA out, and they created a reign of terror. And since then, there's no chance for peace because Hamas believes in killing every Jew around the world. They believe in taking over Israel and then Europe and then the Americas as well. So they really want to take over North America and California as well. So this is what we're stopping. And so the hope is that we can get rid of Hamas and that the PA will be able to come in, who are trained by American and British forces, and for them to be able to take over in Gaza. And now we'll be able to have one person to speak with about peace, and to have two countries for two people, and being able to live together in peace.
Amen. We are very excited to see you within the next 2 weeks, hopefully at Saleh's Bat Mitzvah, and we love that you're bringing your girlfriend, who are so excited to meet, who you had to go all the way to Tel Aviv to meet, and yet she's from Tarzana. We love that, a local girl. And we are so proud of you and so happy that you're safe at this time, and so fortunate that we get to see you very shortly, and we thank you for all that you're doing over there. Thank you very much.
And thank you for everything that you're doing there. I love all of you, and I can't wait to see you in a couple weeks.
Yay. Mwah. Bye, Nadav.